Tonight here at 10, an unsolved murder in KCK is back now in the spotlight. The FBI is now investigating the death of Rhonda Tribue. She was beaten to death more than 20 years ago. This case has gotten the attention of our investigative team because the detective on the case was Rhonda Tribue. He's accused of predatory behavior and sending an innocent man to prison. KCTV5's investigative reporter Angie Racono talked exclusively with Rhonda Tribue's daughter.
This lonely stretch of road is where Rhonda Tribue's body was found. It's on the edge of Edwardsville in KCK. She'd been beaten to death and run over by a car. So many injuries are documented in her autopsy. Who did this? No one has ever been held accountable, and her family wants answers.
What do you know about your mother's murder? What have you been told?
I know that it was a brutal murder and that she was discarded off the side of the road, that she did have DNA under her nails, so she did fight back. Whoever it was, she did fight back. She didn't just die, she fought for her life.
Jaleisha was just 4 years old when it happened.
A lot of heartbreak. Mother Day comes every single year. People come pick up their kids from school. So you're reminded every single day what you're missing out on.
Years rolled by, then decades. Rhonda Tribue became another cold case.
I'm going to be honest with you. I lost hope. I lost hope before.
Now the FBI wants information, but there needs to be a compelling federal reason for them to investigate a local murder.
What is your understanding of why the FBI wants to look at your mother's case?
There are several cases that are particular to the same instance of my mother's case, and that he is the common denominator from all those cases.
The he Jaleisha is talking about is actually the detective who worked her mother's case, Rhonda Tribue.
There are women, cold cases, brutally murdered, found in the same areas. So he is a target at this point.
There are terrible allegations swirling around Tribue. He's now retired. He was a powerful detective who became a captain.
I don't know what happened then.
His partner became the police chief.
Did you hear of any of these allegations?
There was nothing that I ever learned about him that I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Tribue worked for 35 years inside the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department.
Detective Rhonda Tribue. Everything heads to court tomorrow. It's unclear how many cases he touched.
KCTV5 has done more than a dozen reports on him. He's accused of being a predator who roamed the streets and victimized the people he was sworn to protect. He's accused in court records of intentionally botching a double murder and sending an innocent man to prison for 23 years.
It's time that you do your job the way we see fit.
The Lamont McIntyre case prompted cries for justice and accountability. Tribue has never faced criminal charges. As investigators argued, many accusations are outside the statute of limitations. Tribue refuses to speak publicly about the allegations. We've tried.
Do you believe there are people in KCK out there that have information in your mom's murder?
Absolutely. KCK is a small town. If Kansas City wants to speak up, Kansas City will. Kansas City is small enough for someone to know exactly what happened. We're talking about a woman who was married and who had 6 children. You just don't disappear. You just don't disappear like that.
That was Angie Racono reporting. If you have information about Rhonda's death, the FBI would like to hear from you. Their tip line number is 1-800-CALL-FBI. KCTV5 will continue looking into Rhonda's case and the accusations surrounding former detective Rhonda Tribue.